Well, when the Biden administration wants to deflect from inflation, the message is that the economy is actually doing great. And if you don't agree, then you're just stupid and bad with money. When they want to deflect from rampant crime, they just start arresting fewer criminals and take data from fewer precincts. Our friends over at the Crime Prevention Research Center have found that while the FBI has been reporting less crime since 2020, more people say they've been the victims of crime. Remarkable, right? And in 2021, 37% of police departments nationwide stopped reporting crime data to the FBI altogether. Join me to discuss this is the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center, Dr. John Lott. John, nice to see you today.
It's great to see you.
I want to get to those statistics and that obvious fraud being perpetrated on America in the idea that crime is going down. We know it's not. But first, some breaking news. These rules from the ATF have come out that mean the transfer of guns just changed considerably, even to a family member. We discussed it briefly in the break here, but tell the folks what has just happened today.
I haven't had a chance to really look through it in depth. It's a very long set of rules. You and I have talked about this general principle before, but the Bipartisan Safer Community Act is allowing the ATF to go and redefine what it means to be a gun dealer. And they want to make it so that everybody who sells or transfers even one gun is going to be classified as a gun dealer, which requires that you have to go, if you're going to transfer the gun directly yourself, you're going to have to go and pay the fees and register as a firearms dealer and then do a background check on any transfer of a gun.
So wait a second. Me selling one gun, I have to go become a federal firearm licensed dealer to sell one gun?
That's what it looks like. And that's kind of what they were threatening before with regard to the early previews of the rules. Apparently, these rules run to something over 1,000 pages in length. So they're trying to do everything. And look, there's a simple reason for them doing it. They claim that they do this to solve crime, but nobody who knows anything about this takes that seriously. Registration, licensing of guns, you can talk to police departments that have it, and they can't point to any single crime that's been solved for that. What they want to do this for is to go and create a national registry. We know as of a couple years ago, the Biden administration had already computerized almost 1 billion transactions involving guns over decades. But they wanted to go and get all the current transfers of guns that were there because the method that they used primarily picked up older transfers. And they want to make sure they got transfers of guns that not only go through licensed dealers, but go through any private person that sells it. And so this is just.
I made the comment here. I made the comment in the break. But here's the thing: if I hand a gun to somebody and don't charge them, I don't make a profit. I'm not selling it. Any transfer, from me to my son to anybody, right? That's what you're telling me.
That's what it looks like initially. As I say, I haven't read it. I'm just going based on what others who have had the time to get it so far. But yeah, look, they want to create a national registry, and they want to make sure that there's no gaps that are there. And they're saying that if you give a gun to somebody else and you don't go through a background check, you will risk jail time.
What if somebody uses a gun of mine to go hunting? Violation?
Well,
I mean, we don't know yet. I know you haven't read it all yet, but is that your indication?
I can just tell you the way the background check rules work right now in states that have these, and that even if I have a woman, let's say, who's being stalked or threatened and wants to temporarily borrow a gun of mine, if I lend it to her without first going through a background check, even though I know she has no criminal record and I know she's trained, I face jail time. If I loan a gun to a scout troop to go and have the kids get their merit badges in, let's say, skeet shooting, without going through a background check there to loan it to the scoutmaster, I would face prison time for that. And that's basically, they want to try to apply those types of rules to everybody.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody in the scout troop can legally own a gun because they're not old enough to buy one. And you can't transfer one to a scout troop member then unless they are borrowing it from a family member. We're going to need to know a lot more about this. We've got about 2 minutes here. We're going to have to crush this into a short period of time because You were first going to come on and talk to us about the FBI and others not reporting crimes. 37% of police departments not reporting crimes. And the Biden administration, well, look, crime is down, when it's absolutely not.
Right. Look, there are two measures of crime. There's the FBI uniform crime reports. These are crimes that are reported to police. And then you have something called the National Crime Victimization Survey, which surveys about 240,000 people each year to try to get a handle on how many crimes aren't reported to police, as well as reported crimes. And those two numbers have been going in opposite directions. We've been seeing a big drop. We've been seeing a drop in crimes reported to police. But at the same time, we've been seeing an even bigger increase in total crimes there. And there's a simple reason for that. And that is partly what you were just mentioning, partly the fact that the FBI doesn't seem to be recording even the data that's being given from many police departments around the country. But a big reason is the fact that we've seen a huge drop in arrest rates. Policing in the United States has basically fallen apart. You look at cities over a million in population. In the 5 years before COVID, violent crimes, 44% of them result in arrest. By 2022, it was down to 20%. So the arrest rate of reported crimes fell from 44% down to 20%. That's a huge drop. I've never seen anything even remotely close to that. And what happens is that when arrest rates fall, when people don't think that criminals are going to be caught and punished, they don't bother reporting crimes to police. And so what's happened is that even though crimes have been soaring, people are reporting fewer crimes to police simply because the police.
But don't people know the truth? John, we're going to wrap it up on this. I'll give you one last thing, last word. People know the truth about what's happening in their neighborhood. They can go out and see, look, you've got a homeless encampment, you've got people on the corner, you can see, problems, you can hear the sirens in your neighborhood, right? I'll give the last word.
Right, but the media is trying to convince people that it's wrong. Maybe they may see it in their own lives, but nationwide, they want to claim that crime is down. The point is, surveys of people show that they know that crime is increasing. But the media wants to say, just like with the economy, people know in their own lives that their financial situation is worse. But you see headline after headline saying that people are better off. But
they're not. Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's why the polling is what it is, John. I appreciate you being here. Crime Prevention Research Center President John Lott here with us. Look, I think people will figure it out. We'll find out more. Come back when you know more about the gun laws. We'll have that soon here. After the break, Israel has asked for the release of 40 hostages as part of a ceasefire deal. The problem is, Hamas says they don't have that many. What's the real story? We'll find out after the break.